right, let's talk about your weather now. Man, we got a good soaker today.
Some downpours out there.
Yes.
Really, you saw in Brittany's live shot how important it is just to always be aware of what's happening with the weather. Because it takes 2 inches of an hour of rain to flood. And when you're downtown, you have those underpasses. That water has
flood
nowhere to
so
go
fast.
except down there. And if you're stuck there, it's incredibly dangerous. So luckily, there's been damage to one car and no one's been hurt. But it really gives you an indication how important it is to stay updated on the weather in a day like this. When there's a chance of rain this time of year, you can always flood.
And how quickly it floods, too.
Just like that. 2 inches an hour, it is in less than an hour, just like that. Oh, and of course, wanted to mention this can happen on a wide scale, too, with hurricanes. And so your hurricane and flood survival guide is in a little less than 2 hours, 7 o'clock. Right here. Hope you can tune in. Let's talk about what's going on. Here's the shot of downtown. The downpours have pretty much moved out of the area. Our Houston area Chevy dealers live camera. Temperature 81 degrees, feeling like 88, and more of a variable wind as those storms have moved through. So let's take a look at what's going on. 233 lightning strikes in just the past couple of minutes here. And again, when you look at downtown, we have this flood warning. Here's the good news. It is now cleared up. But of course, that water has nowhere to go. So it's going to take a while for it to move on through, and you can just see what this looked like. Well, let me go back to the last 3 hours. What this looked like over the past 3 hours and just how intense this was in this area, because it just did not stop. You had a good 2.5 hours right here just to the east of where the Houston is. Do you see how it just didn't stop? And now finally it's moved out of there. And so finally some good news, but you've had the flooding and the damage is already done. There is a little more rain here from Thompson's all the way up to the north. So some pretty heavy downpours trying to move back into the Houston area and then widening out a little bit more. We have some more thunderstorms up here up to the north. More scattered around in nature. Looks like College Station, Huntsville. There's a couple cells that are strong. We'll take one last look at what's going on near the Woodlands, because there's also some really heavy rain that's been developing over the past hour or so. This is moving towards Splendora and also Roman Forest, but only a couple lightning strikes there. So widening out, this is all because of this frontal boundary. It let out that outflow, and that outflow is what's responsible for all the thunderstorms that we saw this afternoon. They're going to be around all the way through 10 o'clock, but north of I-10 in our northern cities. We get a break overnight, and the difference for tomorrow is our pattern starts to change. And so we will see a little bit of rain here or there, but there's just not a lot of activity, but it's not going to be completely dry, but nothing like what we saw today. So some good news. Our pattern is starting to change, and it is starting to get a little drier. So here's what we can expect over the next 3 days. You got some afternoon storms tomorrow, a little hotter on Friday, hazy, hot and humid with some of that Saharan dust coming in on Saturday, 96 degrees. And so here's what it looks like on your extended 10-day after a weekend break. Next week also looks really active. So just a heads up, Monday all the way through Thursday with temperatures in the upper 80s as we head toward the middle part of the week. Okay, we're going to head out to Brittany Begley, who is in our storm tracker downtown. Here's where she is, and we're going to take a look at what those conditions look like. Brittany.
Yeah, you know, and 20 minutes ago we showed you Navigation Boulevard. A portion was shut down because of that flooding. And as Anthony said, again, turn around, don't drown. We're always worried about those secondary roadways just because of those feeder streets, all that extra rain, and it's lower than our interstates. Interstates right now are still bumper to bumper traffic, so keep that in mind. Things slowly starting to look better as we get back onto Canal Street, but still take it slow. Of course, your weather and traffic team, we're going to update you throughout the night. But guys, if you have plans on taking Navigation Boulevard, there's a portion that is shut down for all that flooding. Avoid that, and we'll continue to update you on everything else you need. Actually, we're going to go up straight. Here's where Canal Street is. So this is live. You're seeing it just as I am right now. So just like we just showed you on Navigation Boulevard, take a look at your screen. Let's see if I got a better shot for you. Take a look at your screen right there. Sorry. You can see it's flooded here. This is Canal Street. The clearance is 13 feet. You can see it's up to that stoplight. So again, it's the secondary roadways. We're now worried about those low-lying areas now that the rain has stopped. We'll update you throughout the evening. Back to you.
Brittany, thank you. And we are helping you prepare for hurricane season. As Anthony mentioned, you don't want to miss this tonight at 7 o'clock. Our KPRC 2 News weather team will answer your questions. We are talking storm predictions, power outage preparations, family planning, Damage 101. You can watch on KPRC 2 and the KPRC 2 Plus. We'll be right back after this break.